ले जाने कितनी बार ये छुड़वाई है जो लगती थी उसे हद पे बनाई है तुम अभी भी फेफड़ों में मेरे बाकी है सिगरेट और माचिस अब मेरे ये दो साथी हैं चिपक के बैठो 93.5 एफएम बजाते रहो 93.5 एफएम सुने मेरे साथ मैं हूँ खुरापात रतन और आज मेरे साथ स्टूडियो में कौन है खुद बताएंगे दिल्ली को बताइए अपना नाम बताइए
My name is Anubhav Srivastava.
अनुभव श्रीवास्तव आज यहाँ पर क्यों है वेल ये है तो छोटे से मतलब इनकी उम्र कुछ भी नहीं है ही इज वेरी यंग बट ही इज अचीव्ड क्वाइट अ लॉट इन लाइफ और ये एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री फिल्म बना रहे हैं जिससे सिर्फ इनको ही नहीं जिनके देखने वालों को नहीं जो देखेंगे उनके रिश्तेदारों को उनके दोस्तों को सबको बहुत फायदा होने वाला है Why don't you tell us a little about yourself? बताइए दिल्ली को बताइए क्या कर रहे हैं आप
मैं काफ़ी समय से एक्चुअली दिल्ली में रहा हूँ एंड दिल्ली में मैंने बहुत सारे लोगों का इंटरव्यूज़ लिया है जैसे कि शीला दीक्षित जी हैं किरण बेदी हैं किरण मजुमदार शो का मैंने बैंगलोर में लिया था सोम बितल जी हैं जो एक्चुअली प्रेसिडेंट है नासकॉम के एकता चौधरी का लिया है शी इज मिस इंडिया यूनिवर्स फिर जब मैं लेस्टर गया था तो वहाँ पे मैंने सर एलेक्स जेफरीज का लिया है द इन्वेंटर ऑफ डीएनए टेस्टिंग एंड उनका उसके बाद से मैंने सर बॉब बर्जेस का लिया है ही इज आल्सो फेमस सोशियोलॉजिस्ट एंड अभी मैं जब जाऊंगा वापस यूके आई एम गोइंग बैक इन अ फ्यू डेज तो मैं उनका डॉक्टर एडवर्ड डिबोना का लूँगा एंड ही इज़ अ फेमस ऑथर तो उनका मैं इंटरव्यू लूँगा बेसिकली द आइडिया इज़ कि इन लोगों से ये जानना चाहता हूँ मैं थ्रू द इंटरव्यूज विद ऑल दिस पीपल कि सक्सेस हासिल करने के लिए नॉर्मल इंसान को क्या करना चाहिए बिकॉज क्या होता क्या है कि हम लोग जब बहुत यंग होते हैं और हम लोग कोशिश करते हैं कि सक्सेसफुल बने लाइफ में तो होता है कि इन्वायरमेंट जो है हमारा बगल ये जो भी है हम लोग हमारे दोस्त हों चाहे वो हमारे पेरेंट्स हों चाहे वो कोई और हो दे ऑलवेज से कि यार रियलिस्टिक बनो यार तुम अचीव नहीं कर सकते यार जाओ बड़ा हो बड़े होकर के जॉब करो एक कन्वेंशनल लाइफ जीने का एक दिमाग में बैठा दी जाती है कन्वेंशनल लाइफ ही जीनी है जबकि मेरा बिलीफ ये है कि देखिए अगर आपको कन्वेंशनल लाइफ ही जीनी है तो दैट्स अप टू यू बट आई थिंक यू केपेबल ऑफ मच मोर देन दैट इफ यू रियली ट्राई I've been doing this film since the past 2.5 years actually to be honest. Jeez. And you know it's the thing is that I really decided to do my mass communications as a result of the film instead of vice versa. Wow. So the thing is that because I was doing the film I thought it would be important for me to get the skills necessary to come out with something that's relevant to the film. Right, so that's why I decided to do mass communications. I was actually a finance major. Then I switched from finance to filmmaking.
Gee, so the film got you shifted, huh?
Yeah.
That's what made you shift.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That made me shift to, and actually, a lot of people go abroad simply for the sake of studies. I mean, I went also for studies, but main goal was mainly to go international because, for me to stay here in India, England, India, USA, that gets very expensive. It's very, so I thought
it doesn't make sense.
Logistically
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So I thought I should shift to UK for now, and maybe later in the year I'll go to USA and conduct some more interviews in USA, and then, finish off with my film. Documentary, especially for a person like me with no contacts, it kind of it's hard to actually get to those people. I mean, if I've got 11 interviews, I have about 140 rejections. Oh my God. So it's like really unpredictable when I will come out, but I'm sure it will be next year for sure.
I know what you mean, because frankly speaking, when it's commercial shoot or anything else, people don't mind giving interviews. But even in my case, like I had to really speak with my boss, and I said no. It is a documentary, and I think anyone who watches it will really benefit from it. So I took it more from that angle. So I said, let's do this. Just give me a
I'm sure even your life has got a lot to do with, I mean, I read about you on your website.
Yeah. I started off pretty low. I mean, I always was into theatre. Yeah. And I wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
But I never thought of doing radio. It was just that, someone mentioned it to me when I was in college. He said, why don't you become an RJ? And I went, what the hell is that? I mean, RJ, I mean, that's not really a career. At that time it was. Because private FM hadn't really stepped in. So I took on the challenge and I said, okay, let's see if this works. So I just went for an audition at AI, just like that, just for kicks. And they selected me. I don't know why, but they did. But ever since it hasn't been a cakewalk. It's been very tough. Radio is still in its nascent stages in India. So there's a lot to learn and there's a lot to explore. So I don't think I've really achieved anything. That's what I feel.
And that's always a good idea. You know why? Because I think the reason why most people stop achieving is because they think they've become successful too early.
Exactly.
And I think nobody really becomes successful until they die. I mean, look, until we are about 60, until the end of our life, there's always room to grow for more.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, and most people are too content with wherever they are. And a person who's hungry for more, he is the person who succeeds or moves ahead.
I also think that it is important, to be focused, not to lose sight of your goal, but it's also not to, it's also good not to let that really get, like binding on you. You shouldn't really take it to heart if you encounter failure on the way, because it has happened a couple of times. It's not that I've always achieved success and wherever I went, I did well. It's not that. Initially, like when I've been awarded, like, I'm not boasting, but I have got the RAPA award, the Promax award, and also the Media Federation of India award. I'm the only RJ in India who's got all the 3 awards. So if you have faith in yourself, your goal will have faith in you.
True. I mean, I always believe that if you have belief in yourself, I mean, no matter how big the goal is, as long as you have belief in yourself, you will put in the effort to make it come true. Correct. And people who usually fail, they are the kind who just encounter one failure, and then they lose all the belief. And when they lose the belief, they stop trying. When they stop trying, it stops working. People who have the belief, they keep trying because they have so convinced that their goal will eventually come true.
Yes, and I don't believe in all this. When people say that it's luck or tumhari kismat mein likha tha, it was destined, I don't believe so. I just believe that you've got to make your own destiny. You've got to carve it for yourself. Your path is what you want to tread on, right? You never walk on a path you don't want to tread on. So it's all up to you. I mean, I know people who've done better than me in life. Like, for example, Shah Rukh Khan. People say that, oh, he was lucky. That is why he got to. That's not true. He knew how to, make the most of his opportunity. That's what he did. I'm sure there were 100 other people who walked into Mumbai the same day that he went, to Mumbai. But all of them didn't become Shah Rukh Khans. So you've got to know how to market yourself. It's very important to market yourself. I believe if you want to be successful, if you do something good, tell the world and tell people around you that you've done something good.
Absolutely.
A lot of people, what they think is they try and put on this shell of modesty and say, how can I talk about what I've done? You've got to talk about it. When people don't talk about what you've done, then you've got to talk about what you do.
That's true, absolutely. That you should talk about yourself. There's one thing about struggle. The other thing is you have to narrate the struggle as well, because people only respect you once they know what you've gone through.
Exactly.
Otherwise, I think it's just got luck. They think, okay, यार ये भी यही काम कर रहा है. अरे यार मैं भी इसी जगह होता कितना easy बात होती. That's their attitude, but they don't know how hard it was to actually get there.
Absolutely.
They don't know the backstory of it.
Absolutely.
And one common thing I should tell you is that Shah Rukh Khan, you and me, we're all from the same school.
You're from Columbus?
Columbus.
Oh, awesome. You're a Columban.
I passed out 2005.
2000.
Oh, you're his junior. Oh.
Yeah.
My entire family's from Columbus. My dad's from Columbus. My younger brother's from Columbus. My dad's elder brother's from Columbus. It's like a family tradition.
Yeah.
All of us go to Columbus. Oh, awesome.
तो people लोग हिंदुस्तान को इतना सीरियसली नहीं लेंगे, मे भी दूसरे देशों में